ragazzi, parlo a bassa voce perché quello che vedete alle mie spalle è Lewis Hamilton. Ci troviamo a Silverstone per la presentazione della nuova V09, la vettura con cui Mercedes affronterà il prossimo campionato di Formula 1 del 2018. Bottas sta girando in questo momento per un piccolo shakedown, tra poco la vettura sarà riportata ai box e ci verrà mostrata in compagnia degli altri giornalisti. Andiamo a vedere com'è fatta. Ragazzi, ci siamo, la nuova V09 Mercedes sta entrando proprio davanti a noi, uno spettacolo veramente bellissimo messo in piedi dagli uomini Mercedes. Siamo all'interno di un box nel paddock di Silverstone e adesso probabilmente non mi sentirete più, ma la vettura dopo lo shakedown sta arrivando esattamente, direttamente qui, guidata da Valtteri Bottas. Ok ragazzi, abbiamo la possibilità di vedere la macchina un po' più da vicino, novità visibili a occhio nudo, sicuramente l'assenza della pinna a squalo, l'assenza della, che era la protuberanza diciamo, del cofano posteriore che si chiudeva quasi ad angolo retto all'altezza del numero 77 che sto inquadrando in questo momento, l'assenza della T-Wing, l'altra ala che era posizionata in quella zona, e la presenza dell'halo naturalmente. Bottas ha detto di essersi già sostanzialmente abituato a questa soluzione, Hamilton l'ha provata soltanto un paio di volte e anche la presenza di nuovi direttori di flusso davanti alle prese d'aria dei radiatori, diciamo di ispirazione Ferrari e che sono molto comuni tra le soluzioni tecniche che abbiamo visto adottate anche dagli altri team in questa stagione 2018. Vediamo gli uomini Mercedes predisporre la vettura perché sia portata nei box. Staremo a vedere se anche quest'anno sarà la solita freccia d'argento quasi imbattibile.
Last year's car was the quickest car in Formula One. It's got the most pole positions and the most race victories, won us the championship. But you know that a car is a female. We talk about she. Don't be surprised. She was a diva. She was difficult at times. Very quick, but difficult for the drivers to manage. And we wanted to keep the speed and the performance level, not losing the characteristics of the car, but make her a little bit more drivable on some of the tracks. So combining these two, not losing the character traits that made us win the championship, but equally smoothen the edges to allow the drivers to extract more performance on the difficult tracks. And with Lewis, I think it's particularly important not to put him into a box and say this is how a racing driver should behave. He should be there on time 3 days early and have a good night's sleep, have a stable relationship. He performs best when he is able to switch off between the races. And he switches off between the races by traveling through the continents, going on to fashion shows, pursuing his hobbies. And sometimes that looks unbelievable. You know, he jumps in a plane, flies to LA, comes back 2 days later, drives a race and blows everybody away. And I think it is very important to acknowledge that we are all different, that we all need different framework to perform. And I try to understand what the framework is that he needs in order to perform. And part of that is letting him just get on with his life. No, Niki can't comprehend Lewis at all. So we are having a meeting on a Friday morning, and Lewis is yawning, and Niki says, "You're tired?" He said, "Yeah, I've been in Hawaii yesterday." And Niki Lewis looks to me and says, "You can't allow that. He was in Hawaii yesterday. How should he perform?" 24 hours later, qualifying comes. He's a second quicker than everybody else. Sunday race, he blows everybody away. And with Nicky, I have a really good relationship with Nicky. He's understood that Lewis is different to how he was, and he just shakes his head but accepts it.
Okay,
what do you think about new car?
It's beautiful. I mean, it's a real work of art. I've been in Formula One now. I think it's my 12th season. It's really been the beginning of the season. It's so exciting because back at the factory there's over 1,600 people in our team to build 2 of those cars. Well, I mean we have more of them, slightly more of them, but there's 2 for the season, and the engineering and the technical part of it is just mind-blowing. So when I go to the factory and I sit with the engineers, and each and every single guy has 2 to 3 to 4 screens, and there's all these different pieces that they're working on, and it's really hard to see what part that is, and so they zoom out and they say this is this part, this is the rear fender, this is the rear end plate, and then you see it all come together, and it's kind of hard to sometimes figure out how they all work together so well. Like one guy's building the end plate, one guy's doing the top part of the rear wing over there, but somehow they work together so perfectly. So teamwork is crucial. And then today was the first time I've seen the car as a whole. Got to the garage, the engine covers off, and you see like how all the exhausts and everything is so neatly packed, and I'm just like, I get excited, because I know how much hard work has gone in. Every year I get excited because each year is better than it was before the previous year. So at the beginning of last year, it's just mind-blowing, because I don't know if you've seen under the hood of the car, but there's so much stuff in there. And I think this year I think they've designed it so well that we have, for the same performance, we have like 300 components less than the past. But we are still on the weight limit, and we're still having to push the envelope. So.
Presentazione Mercedes finita, ma oggi è una giornata anche di Ferrari, e qui in sala stampa a un evento Mercedes i giornalisti non possono fare a meno di vedere cosa succede a Maranello, e come vedete alle mie spalle ci sono ben 2 schermi sintonizzati sulla presentazione della nuova Ferrari, appunto. Staremo a vedere se anche quest'anno sarà una sfida a 2 tra Vettel ed Hamilton.